Hello everybody, just going to give a little talk for a minute or so, just to tell you how much God has meant to me and how happy I am to be a child of God. You know, in 1980 we were living in South Africa, and in 1982 we moved to the town called Newcastle, and a friend of mine took me to a Bible study, and I started attending the Bible study, and then I started attending their church as well. And I really grew in the Lord then. I really grew and saw my need for Jesus in my life. So I did. I asked Jesus into my life, and I asked him to forgive me for all my sins. And I asked him to lead my life and to be in my life for all the years and months that he has given me. And it has been amazing. We moved from there to Johannesburg. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm moving to this strange town, and a big town. It wasn't a town, it was a huge city. And I said, where am I going to find a good church? So I prayed and I prayed as we moved up there. And then we found this church very close by, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And I stayed there for about 10 years. And I grew in the Lord there. It was a wonderful church, wonderful, wonderful preaching of the Bible. And then, after some time, we moved back to Durban, where we originally started from. When I was moving down there, I asked the Lord again. I said, Lord, please help us find a church. Please. I have never been to a church in the Durban area before, so I didn't know much about that. And I prayed, lead us to a good church, lead us to a good church. And lo and behold, once we got settled in, I found a church through friends of friends, etc. And it was only 10 minutes up the road. And it was an amazing church, preached the Bible 100%. And it was only, as I said, 5 minutes up the road. And I stayed there for about 15 years or something. And I loved it. I grew in the Lord, and I grew to know how much he loved me and how much he wanted me to obey him and to be a child of his. Then we were deciding, after 17, 15, 16 years or something, that we were going to move back to Scotland. And I thought, oh my goodness, here I go again. I've lived in Scotland for such a long time, but I can't remember ever being in a church that I would want to go back to. So we just prayed again, and we moved back to Edinburgh, and we started attending Carrubbers in Edinburgh. And then a few years after being there, Carol and Andrew opened up Walliford Living Room Church. And that very first day, 10 years ago, me, my husband and my family were all there. And you know, that's something else I prayed for. Prayed for my family to come to know Jesus Christ, for my husband and children to come to know Jesus. And you know something, God is so faithful. And I really feel this was a miracle, that my husband got saved, my daughter in London got saved, and my John, you know my John, and Leslie and Faith and Ella and Riley, and they all came to know Jesus Christ as their Saviour as well. It was just really amazing. God works miracles where we don't expect him to. And he is faithful, and he will always hear my prayers, and he will always answer them the way he knows it's best for me. But I can just say, the best thing I have ever done in my life is to ask Jesus Christ into my heart, to live my life for him, and to seek his will in everything that I do. And I pray that you too will all come to do that as well. Bye.